Hey everybody, thanks so much for taking time to talk to us. I'll start with Duke. Duke, when you first got the call to that you found out that you were going to fight John Riel Casimero for the WBO title, what did you think, and what were your kind of your thought process and your emotions upon hearing that you were going to fight for a world title?
Yeah, I was so happy. I was so it's just a dream. It's like you fighting somebody who's a world champion. You have to be happy. You have to love it because he's not a bad boxer. He's a good boxer. So you have to fight the best to be the best. That is why I take it.
And one quick question for Casimero. I know you've been training for so long to try to get the fight against Inoue, and obviously, unfortunately, that fell through. Is there a part of you that is kind of a little bit disappointed upon hearing that that fight didn't happen? And is there a part of you that is looking to sort of send a statement to the other top guys at 118 pounds and sort of get that unification fight going again?
Yes, computer like disappointed. Yeah, no.
Yes, I'm so very hungry despite, because I want to fight now in a way. And
Yeah, what the champ's saying, yeah, he was a little disappointed, but those fights come and go. He's looking forward to being on Showtime, fighting Duke Micah, and looking at all the great bantamweights out there. Guillermo Rigondeaux, Luis Neri at 122. So, yeah, to say it again, of course he's disappointed, but Showtime stepped up. It's going to be a big night. He's excited. First time ever on a pay-per-view this big and fighting on Showtime. Viva Showtime. Woo!
Thanks, everybody. Best of luck to the both of you. Looking forward to the fight.
Blessed.
Thank you.
Blessed.
Good luck, champ.
This is what
Yeah.
we want. That's what we want.
Just super quick. I mean, obviously, you've spoken a little bit about some of the struggles you've had to deal with in some of your past fights. What did you sort of kind of taken away from the Juan Carlos Payano loss and the draw against Josue Morales? Kind of taken away from those fights. Do you feel like you're a much different boxer, or at least a better boxer than you were back then?
Oh, completely. But like I said, for this fight, I want to go. I want to go to war with this dude. Like I said, boxing gonna go out the window. I want to make it a war. I want to be the fight of the night.
Does the does your mentality of wanting to make this of stealing the show and making this a war kind of motivate you even more so, especially the platform that you're on and being on pay-per-view in this very unique circumstances when it comes to this next fight?
Of course, like I said, this is for all the marbles on the table, and I got nothing to lose.
If you unmute,
Thanks,
you can go
Damien.
ahead.
Thanks, everybody, and for taking time to talk to us. My first question for Juan Carlos, you mentioned learning from your last couple of losses. I was wondering if you could sort of elaborate a little more on some of the things that you've learned from those two defeats and how you plan to sort of fix that in this fight against Danny Roman.
Juan Carlos, mencionaste que aprendiste mucho de las dos derrotas en las peleas antes de esta. Si nos puede elaborar un poquito más de qué es lo que aprendiste después de estas derrotas que tuviste.
Algo, tener un poco más de precisión y tratar de no desesperarme y nada, y tratar de, como siempre, un boxeador siempre nunca revela su secreto, pero estamos entrenando fuertemente para esta pelea y dar un buen espectáculo, como dije. Estamos fuertemente entrenando, estamos física, mentalmente puestos para esta pelea.
Well, a boxer never reveals what he's going to bring to the ring that night, but definitely I'm going to be more precise. That's something I didn't have in the two losses, and not be that desperate. I found that I was a little desperate in those two fights when I could just be a little more precise and, do a better job in those two aspects of the fight.
One quick question for Danny. Obviously coming from the loss to Ahmed Aliev, you're now sort of more or less back to the drawing board as a contender, not as a champion. Have you kind of found your motivations change a little bit throughout this training camp now that you're no longer a champion?
And on the contrary, it motivated me even more because I know what my goal is next. Not overlooking Payano, but hopefully after this one we could get that rematch against MJ.
Thanks, Danny, and thanks, Juan Carlos. Best of luck to the both of you on September
And go
26th.
ahead.
Thanks everybody for taking time to talk to us. First question to Andre Rozier. Obviously Derevyanchenko's been in the ring with guys like Triple G and Danny Jacobs, and he's been knocked down in both of those fights. And obviously Jermall is a very, very strong puncher. When it comes to sort of preparing for Jermall and his power, what are you guys kind of doing that's maybe perhaps a little bit different, or looking back on those two fights to sort of kind of try your best to sort of avoid getting knocked down in this fight?
Well, I'll tell you something. The easiest way to avoid getting knocked down is not to get hit. That's I can't say it any cleaner than that, or any more precise than that. He can't get caught with shots that could lead to him being knocked down. And I've been working on him not being as slow a starter so that he can get into the rhythm of it. Once again, both of these young men, they can punch. They both could punch. I know. I've watched them. I watched Jermall fight. I'm training Sergiy. They can punch, so they have to be on point. They have to be wary. They have never been knocked out, either one of them. So I don't expect that to be the case. I'm expecting 12 hard rounds of let's get it on. So we preparing for that. I'm not preparing him for, I'm worried about the first round or this, that, and the other thing. I'm preparing him to not get caught with anything that could be detrimental. And I'm pretty sure that's the modus operandi for most anybody that's training fighters. You don't want your guy to hit as he's scoring points. So we're going to do what we have to do to maintain that game plan. He's going to be doing what he has to do, sticking, moving, fighting. If they have to go to war, they'll go to war, but I'm pretty sure they're going to go to war and look at each other and say, we got to go to war again. But like I said, he won't have any issues with that.
Sergiy, obviously with this being your third world title fight, do you kind of look at this with a little bit more urgency to win this fight and kind of get over the hump, as you kind of came in very, very close in the fights against Golovkin and Jacobs?
Сейчас этот день, если не получится сейчас, это будет намного еще. Ну, я не думаю об этом. Я сконцентрирован на бое и сконцентрирован на 26 число. И я буду выходить в ринг для того, чтобы забрать пояс. Yeah, I'm not focused on that. I'm just focused on the opponent and the date on the 26th and what I have to do. And the goal is to go there and take the belt from him and take the belt home.
A quick question for the champ. Jermall, you were talking about you've been pretty much in the gym since February. How anxious and how excited are you to sort of finally just end all the time in the gym just to finally get in the ring for a big fight?
I'm focused. I'm focused. I'm locked in. I'm watching all his mistakes. Just as well as he's watching mine. Styles make fights. So this whole time, I've been set. And my mind frame is telling me, that I'm gonna have to fight very, very hard. Just like Jacob Blake had to fight. He got shot 7 times in the back, and he got up and he made it through. So for sure that I know I can do that too. I'm motivated. At this point. And I just can't wait to be able to, deliver something special to you guys who rock with Lions Only and rock with Big Charlo himself.
Thanks, Jermell, and well said, and thank you so much for talking about Breonna Taylor and Jacob Blake, and thanks to everyone for talking, and best of luck to the both of you.